I
We're live. Here
we're
we go.
live.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Man Knows Football. As promised, we are here to finish the preview that we started yesterday with the Real Madrid versus Chelsea game that will be happening today. The both of us will be doing live streams. I'm assuming you will be doing a live stream, Eunice. Yeah,
Yep.
Eunice never misses. That's a stupid question, bruv. I'm trying to be like, hey, bruv. I'm trying to be like you, bro. I'm trying to get that consistency. But big up all the people that have been waiting patiently all for 6 minutes, I believe it was. But smash up that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are new. And Eunice, long time no see. What a reunion this is, man.
I
Yeah,
know, right? It's been a minute,
yeah.
literally.
But yeah, yeah, bruv. We've got the Real Madrid game today. It is the day
Yeah.
of the game. Are you feeling any more nervous than yesterday, or do you still feel chilled?
I don't know why. The hope is increasing, and hence why I've come kitted. I've decided to plug out some of the OG good luck charms, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? 2012, I was wearing this. Last season, I was wearing this. It's going to be needed, so I'm wearing it tonight, and hopefully we turn it around. As the game gets closer, I get more hopeful and I get more confident. It's
I'm
mad.
I'm actually looking forward to this game.
Yeah, me too.
Usually I'd be dreading it, but I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm just like, do you know what? It is what it is. We've actually got nothing to lose. So the
Yeah,
pressure's on Real Madrid, and hopefully that works in our favor. Obviously, we spoke about the game yesterday, how we think Real Madrid will set up today in terms of, are they going to sit back? Are they going to continue to try and get more goals against us? And really how that can work in our favor. But I don't think we finished the lineups.
no. We spoke about defense only.
Yeah, we spoke about the defense. We didn't really speak about the midfield too much and the attack. But all right, let's start with the midfield. We'll move on to the attack and so on and so forth. We'll get onto the lineups later on. So we spoke about the defense already. If you haven't, go back to the last live that we did, myself and Younes, yesterday. So we're going to be kicking off here from the midfield. So midfield pivot, who would you go with? My choice is Cover Kante for this game.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
It's
There's no debate.
yeah. Kovacic not starting in the last game was a bit crazy for me, especially because of the fact he didn't start against Brentford as well. So that was a bit of a weird one. I thought the only other excuse is that he maybe had like a slight injury that was bothering him and he weren't comfortable to start the game. But tonight is a must. We need to see them both. I believe Kovacic has been our best performing midfielder this season. So best players always should be retaining their places. But for the fact that obviously we mentioned Marcos Alonso being in that lineup, I also think that is also key to have two midfielders that are, well, one that is, when it comes to defensive positioning, is an absolute master at it. And the other one, Kovacic, is fairly competent at it, does a decent job. Albeit he's got a yellow card in him, but that's Kovacic, innit? Every game you expect him to get a yellow for a wild tackle. But part of the territory. So I think that's going to help us. But my concern is that overload in that midfield from Real Madrid, Younes. And how do you think we can nullify that?
Ultimately, by just trying to keep the ball as much as possible. I think. Hold the ball, move it quick, keep a high intensity, don't stop moving. As we've seen us play before, we need to try and do that. If we get to a stage where we find ourselves just defending and they're putting pressure on us, then you're going to get overrun and you're going to put your defense under pressure. So I'm hoping that we're able to press high, penetrate, put that pressure on, keep the ball, move for each other, get into good positions, and just control the game. We have to. And then hopefully that way we score goals. And as I've said, if we can get that first goal, I think they might begin to panic a little bit, take advantage. They might even try and sit back and protect their lead, technically, that they have on aggregate.
Yeah.
We need that first goal. We need it early. So we got to go all guns blazing.
Well, I think we need more than one goal in the first half. I've said several times, two
Yeah,
goals before half time.
would be
But
perfect.
also as well, like respecting Real Madrid, it's going to be very, very, very difficult to shut them out even for 45 minutes. So the job that we're asking the boys to do here is no joke. Concentration has to
Huge.
be on point. In
Yep.
comparison to the last leg has to be the diametric opposite tonight for us to get anything. But two goals in the first half, can it be done? Absolutely. At that point, it's like you said yesterday, we're back to 0-0. The scores restart themselves, and at that point, we've really got to push on. But we've got the pivot sorted. But the front three, who would you go with in your front three?
Personally, um, I want to see Mason in the middle. So that would mean having to play with two strikers up top, because we're not going to have Mason in the middle and then two wingers and no striker, or one winger, one striker, the other side's empty. Like, we can't. But I want to see Mason in the middle. I don't want him to be on one side when I think he can help contribute, not just offensively but even defensively, with Kovacic and Kante, and turn that two into a three. That will hopefully help us overrun their midfield, and as well as that, open up a way to create more chances to the two strikers. So I personally would go Mount, Havertz up top, and if we're talking strikers, it has to be Timo, because we won't stick Pulisic up front as a striker or Ziyech up front as a striker. So with Mount in the middle, I would go Kai and Timo up top together, and try and eliminate having to play with wingers.
You see, even with Mason Mount just sitting in behind the two strikers, as we know with Tuchel, like what's on paper isn't always reflected on the pitch. Like
Yeah,
he can be quite the responsive tactician. He can switch it up. He can ask Mason Mount to join the free and turn it into a trident, or to remain back there, or to even drop back even deeper and help the midfield. So it helps. And this is the thing, we have to go back to Mason Mount's qualities, because he's had a lot of criticism recently, and this is one of the qualities that he has. Look how versatile he's been. He's performed in each position he's been asked to perform. That role, if he does sit behind the strikers again, it's a huge role, because you're asking him to do so many things, because he's not going to be the quote-unquote cam. He's also going to be the right winger at times. He's also going to drop down
they'll be
into centre
drifting.
midfield. Yeah, exactly. So that shape isn't always going to stay the same. And I still maintain Mason Mount is key for this game. Absolutely key. Going forward and attacking that goal, he's going to be key. And we're going to have to get him as involved, if we can, as we did in Southampton. We just have to hope that Mace is playing with that same confidence. That's the only thing. But in terms of the two partnering him up top, Kai Havertz, and you said Timo, right?
Yeah, if we're playing Mason down the middle and we're not playing with a traditional front three, then Werner, Havertz as the two strikers, because again, we need to chase goals. Instead of having one striker, stick two, and Mason behind to hopefully assist them.
Yeah. That's. I mean, and as well, it's just like Havertz is just he's so key. He's just so key in terms of that three there. It's just when you watch him off the ball, for me, he's just as entertaining on it when you know what you're looking at. It's just like his intelligence and his ability to, even like when you watch his body movements in front of a defender, his ability to just shimmy and just take that defender out of the way. Like we saw that. Was it the goal against Newcastle? One of the goals where he absolutely, it was Burn.
Newcastle, last
Yeah,
minute.
literally. His movement is absolutely second to none, and I think that's also going to be key. Them Real Madrid defenders could be dragged left, right, and centre tonight, and having those three would be the perfect players to do so, because this similar situation with Timo Werner. The only thing that we need from all three of them is you better take your chances.
Yeah.
You better take your chances. My worry is not the chance creation, it's taking them.
I agree completely. There's no room for error. Like, we've seen so many games where we fluffed chances, or even the last game we put chances away, but we hit the post about a million times, hit the bar. Like, we've got to be super clinical. In the same way Benzema was super clinical, we've got to be super clinical. So yeah, the one benefit you could say is that Militao is out tonight, so Nacho is going to be the one that's coming in for him, I think. So that, to an extent, is something, even if it's small in our favour. But yeah, we've got to be clinical, man. If the chance comes, bury Thibaut Courtois with the ball in the goal. Simple.
I've got to listen. As much as I dislike Thibaut Courtois, I've got to say what a save that was. Azpilicueta's that would have been a worldie from Azpi. Yeah. But what a save that was, man. I've got to give it to him. But tonight, we can't give him any more of those. I'm seeing in the chat quite a few people are saying Pulisic should be in the lineup. I don't disagree with either choices that are made tonight, by the way. I'm just looking, because this game, I'm trying to look at it from a tactical perspective. The reason why I'm sort of staying with that trio of Timo, Havertz and Mount is just that exploitation of space that I know is going to be in behind Real Madrid, because we said yesterday, defensively, they're not the best. They don't like playing on the back foot. They're not great at that. And we've seen Barcelona enough. Listen, I hate referring to it because it's that situation was Carlo had a lot of injuries, but we've seen it before. They don't like playing on the back foot. So, in terms of, look, let's say Tuchel doesn't go with that two in front and Mason behind, and he goes with the traditional trident that he goes with. He throws in Pulisic, Kai Havertz, and Hakim Ziyech instead, which I don't think he'll do. I think Mason Mount starts in any lineup. But if he did start with those three, how do you think those three would be able to affect the game? Because it is a different dynamic. You do lose, in my opinion, you do lose that, pressing, that intensity pressing from the front. Mason Mount, dropping him out would lose a huge part of that. But what you do gain is a whole bunch of creativity. Ziyech on his day as well can be lethal in front of goal as well, can be tricky if he's isolated with a defender. So we could work in his favour. Similar situation with Christian Pulisic, very good at peeling off the shoulder of the defender as well. He can find himself isolated in the box one-on-one with goalkeepers, and then Kai Havertz we've already spoken about. But how would you approach it with those three?
If it's with those three, it's simply just down to individual quality, and that's it. There isn't a case of expecting us to go, with a crazy press, even though, to be honest, look, that should be expected by anyone. Yeah. Right? Whoever we put on the pitch, the team should be pressing. Simple. But in terms of the intensity, you're going to just have to rely on, again, keeping the ball as much as possible, so then Pulisic and Ziyech have the chances to use the ball and try and create something which we know they can do. That's the only way that they're going to be effective, I feel, is if you manage to get them into a little bit of space. If Ziyech is able to do his thing on the right-hand side, cut in, whether he shoots or he crosses and there's a Havertz in the box, or if it's a Pulisic, he's combining and trying to get into the box to create or either shoot. That's it. That's what you're getting. So whether we go down that route, do I think we will try and outplay Madrid? It's tough. It's tough. We definitely can, but it's tough. So, I don't know how Thomas Tuchel is going to approach it, but I agree with you. I think even if Pulisic is playing or Ziyech is playing, it won't be both. One of them will be on the bench because Mason Mount will be starting.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think this is also a very good point made here by Joshua Tiero. Maybe Pulisic struggled because of Azpilicueta. Maybe Alonso will bring something different to this game for Pulisic.
Possible, yeah.
That would be key, and that's the next point I was actually going to come to. So well spotted on that one, Josh. Is that he cannot afford to be isolated, because Real Madrid are going to love that. That's what happened at Stamford Bridge.
Exactly.
Listen, really looking at Azpilicueta playing on that left side. You could see, he's not gifted with his left foot, which means he can't really operate as wide as he'd want to. He's always going to have to cut in on his right foot and stuff like that. So maybe it was also Azpi's confidence in attacking that space and trying to pair up with Pulisic is what really hindered him from going up as much as he would have liked to. And then obviously there's the counter-attacking threat from Real Madrid. So there's a lot for him to think about. But I think tonight's not the time to really concern yourself too much about having to run back. We've really got to focus going forward. Obviously, defensive work is important, but I think Marcos Alonso does have to be in this lineup. If that is the case, indeed, especially if Pulisic is starting on that left side, he needs somebody to partner up with. I also feel that, you know, Kovacic does it well as well. He does, instead of making it a 2, Kovacic sometimes does well to join up there and make it a 3, so to give the extra options. But definitely, isolation on the wings could be a huge problem. We address the wing-back options as well. I know that's part of the defence, but obviously in our attack, they're very, very key to that as well. They help us stretch our opponents wide. I was also saying yesterday, I don't think both Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Marcos Alonso should be starting, because I feel we'll be very, very much exposed on both wings, which is what you don't want. Reece James must start, but defensively he's got to be switched on. But so that comes to the lineups. We haven't given our concrete 11. I'll start with you, Younes, before we get onto the score predictions and also discuss this rumour regarding Darwin Nunez coming to Chelsea Football Club. But I have to ask the people in the chat. I can see here on StreamYard it's saying 171 people are currently tuned in live. Thank you very much for joining in. Please don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe if you are new. We're on the road to 10k. We also got Younes' details down in the description. Make sure you follow him on all social medias if you are not. But Younes, give us your lineup, my bro.
So Mendy in goal. I joked yesterday and said Kepa, but no, Mendy in goal. A centre back 3 of, I think it's going to be Rudiger, Silva, and I think it's going to be Christensen.
Yeah.
Kovacic, Kante in the middle in the double pivot. Reece James on the right-hand side, right wing-back. Alonso, left wing-back. Personally, I'd go Mason, Timo and Kai. If he goes with wingers, then I think it's going to be Kai Havertz up top, Pulisic and Mason Mount on the other side.
I think we've pretty much got an identical lineup.
Great minds, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But the only place where I'm undecided is the shape that we're gonna start with on paper. It's whether we're actually gonna go with the front 2 with Mason behind, or we're gonna go with the Trident and Mace on paper starting out wide. I'm not too sure, but either way, bruv, it's not gonna be an easy task. My score prediction for this game, I haven't given it to anybody yet, bruv.
Have you not?
I haven't even thought about my score prediction, fam.
Damn.
Because this is really a heart and head situation. My heart is telling me.
Start with your head.
My head is telling me 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, and therefore we go out.
Yeah, but my heart is telling me 3-1 and we go extra time.
Oh man.
I've never been on the fence about something like this for a while. This one really has me on the fence, because no result will shock me tonight.
Yeah,
it's one of them.
True.
Yeah, because you know when you've got nothing to lose, there's no expectations, but you've still got that hope for the best.
Yeah, and that's what kills you. It's the hope that kills you. We're going to this. Look, realistically, we might concede after 5 minutes. Tie's done. That means all of this could be void. But at the same time, we might actually get that first goal early. We might get a second. We might end up going through. It's hard to predict. Like either way, you'd be like, yeah, I can see how that would have happened. But because it's Chelsea, if there's one club you'd bet on doing something like this and actually getting through tonight, it'd be Chelsea. This is what we do.
That's the thing.
That's what killed you.
Yeah, this is part of our history, and that's the thing. This is why I can't ever rule out us just doing the madness and going through to the semi-final.
Yeah,
I just can't rule it out. Diego C. Palace is a Crystal Palace fan, and he thinks we can clean sheet them at the Bernabeu.
Man,
it's a huge ask. Yeah, it's a massive ask. But if there's one constant that has remained since Thiago Silva and Tuchel have come into this Chelsea team, is that we can rely on our defense. Yes, we've had 2 shaky games recently. Put that into perspective, 2 where we've been concerned. In how long? When was the last time before those 2 games we was even concerned about Rudiger or Thiago Silva or any of our centre backs for that matter?
It's true. The first leg was probably the first time where we looked and we went, all right, none of you knew what you were doing.
So exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why I say, right, if there's any defense that could shut out Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, it is this one.
Yeah. Yeah. And on top of that, I've seen that it's going to be raining tonight. So happy days.
Happy days.
Because we're English and we like rain.
Yeah. Just, man. It's just got to be. If it happens, bruv, listen, first goal comes in the first 15 minutes from Chelsea. Hey, bruv, game on.
We need that. We can't go into half-time at 0-0 or having not scored. If we do that, then we might as well begin to start packing our bags. Like, even though it still would be possible, but the chances will be so slim at that point. We need to score in the first half. Have to.
No, facts. Did you give your prediction or no?
Yes, I have.
What's
But
your
again,
prediction?
I've got head and heart business going on. Just like
I
you,
don't
so.
blame you, bruv. I can't blame you, mate. Honestly.
My what is it I said? I said my head says that it'll be tight, like we'll win, maybe win a 1-0, maybe a 1-1, and we'll go out. And my heart's telling me we'll probably win 2-0 or even 3. And we'll go through. Or no, we'll get to, and then we'll take it to extra time or something, then we'll end up going through anyway, because at that point we're going through. So
Yeah, I hope so.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
Hey, Diego, speaking of the away fans, I when I was scrolling through Twitter this morning, I've seen like a whole bunch of Chelsea fans with like a life-size cutout of Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, so we already know what they're doing the business out there. They've already started before the whistle's been blown, mate. So big up all the Chelsea fans that are out there just doing the English thing.
Our away fans are really good.
Yeah, our away fans are absolutely amazing. So there's absolutely no doubt that they're going to make sure there's an atmosphere.
They just got to be careful, though, because Man City fans are out there as well now, or arriving there today because they're playing
the Atletico game.
Yeah, so everyone needs to stay on good behaviour, but for the game, they will turn up. They will turn up, 100%.
If you know anything about Spanish police as well, they're not really ones that you want to have problems with.
No,
they will beat the shit out of you differently, fam. If we're being straight. If we're being straight. Hey, big up Zach Pope. Gooni's bald head is shining today. 3-1. Hey, bruv, let's hope so.
Wax it.
Let's hope so, fam. You get me? Hope so. But let's go on to some transfer rumours. Woke up to there's some rumours on social this morning that Chelsea are going to be looking at they're already looking at Darwin Nunez and are interested in signing the Benfica striker. Now, I will start off by saying this to the chat. I'm not a Darwin Nunez expert, nor am I a Benfica expert. In fact, the right person who I really should have called up for this, as well as Younes, is Northside, as he is Portuguese and he does support Benfica. But from what I've seen of the guy, he looks like a big, strong dude to begin with. He looks very technical. He's also Uruguayan, young striker. I believe let me find out this guy's age.
He's 22.
22, so still quite young. Looks very lethal in front of goal. Younes quite rightly pointed out as well. He's looking prolific. 24 goals in 24 appearances.
So 24 in 24 league games.
In league games. In league games for Benfica.
It's 31 in 36, all comps.
Not a bad record. Also versatile as well. Can operate very well on the flanks. Very, very quick for his size. And I'm already seeing resistance from quite a few people in the chat. Don't want Nunez. Need João Felix.
I do want to say, if there's anyone saying that because he plays in Portugal, don't underestimate Portuguese football. Let me tell you that now. Mm-hmm. Some of the Donnies that come out of Portugal are crazy. But really good value, great individual talent. Slots right in if they have the right profile. Luis Diaz from Porto to Liverpool is an example.
Yeah.
Like, don't underrate just because he's banging it in Portugal why he's going to come to the Premier League and struggle. Nah, to be honest, in terms of picking out talent,
Diaz.
Right now I look at the French league and I look at the Portuguese league as the two that you look at, because those players will come to England and take it seriously. They know it's a step up. It's not like players coming from Spain, or if they come from Germany or even Italy, they come and they think, or some come and they think, yeah, I'll be all right. I'll be able to handle it. I banged it over there, but I'll bang it here. Those two countries, France and Portugal, players come there from, well, they come here from there and they go the Premier League. I need to take my game to the next level. So
100%.
That's where they come and they take it seriously.
Portuguese league has a very, very good reputation. David Luiz, Nemanja Matic, I believe, came from Benfica as well, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Luis Diaz in recent memory, Ruben Diaz in recent memory, also from Benfica as well. Even striker, bruv, they had a wicked record for strikers as well. Like boys like Falcao and them man coming out from Porto. Yeah. James Rodriguez came out from Porto as well. Like, trust me, like these Ramirez, big up yourself, Branson. Ramirez, obviously, bruv. How can I forget this this legend, fam? Yeah, man. So these Portuguese guys, when they come over to
came
the
from
Prem,
Sporting.
biggest example right there. Even for us, Paulo Ferreira, Ricardo Carvalho, who for me, I think he's one of the best centre-backs to play in the Premier League, and I think he's been
easy.
Yeah, he's very much forgotten in conversations. There's some players that they're not underrated, but they're forgotten in conversations, I believe. But it's good to bring their names in. Ricardo Carvalho, 1000% is one of them. Deco, for flip's sake.
Deco, yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
So some serious players, Nani, a whole bunch of guys, man. A whole bunch of guys came and made an impact in the Premier League. But Nuno, well, so
I felt sorry for Nani. I'm just gonna say,
I can't remember.
Nani was like B-Tech Ronaldo.
He was. He was always in his shadow. Yeah, bruv. He had that Michael Jackson Jericho going on as well, fam. I didn't know what was happening with him. Scored a couple bangers. Had a lively celebration with the backflips and that. You get me? But yeah, it wasn't quite Ronaldo. The fact that he's Portuguese coming through that era and is a winger, it was always going to be, he's the next Ronaldo. But
he's Ronaldo from which?
Yeah, look how that worked out. Yeah, look exactly how that worked out. And do you know what? To be fair, I'm saying look how it worked out. He had a decent career with Man United.
No, he did. He was good. He was good. It was just he was overshadowed.
Yeah, massively by Ronaldo. Yeah, I'm going on like this guy was a shit. He was good. He actually wasn't. He was good. Yeah, man. Yeah. To be honest, but fuck Man United. With Chelsea, better than that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Darwin Nunez. Listen, I'll be honest with you. From what I see of him, I think he looks like a talent, and I said it off camera, I say it again, the fact that he's Uruguayan as well, like they've got that reputation for being absolute bastards up top, like, and that's the kind of strikers that I like. I don't think he's gonna have the edge like Diego Costa, because that guy he just wasn't the full ticket, was he? Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that, but in terms of physicality, he's built strong. Do you know what I mean? He knows where the goal is. I think where he does need to improve a little bit more is his hold-up play. Now, this is just from the little I've seen from him and from the little bit of information I can gather from the compilations. Hold-up play needs to improve. That's going to be key in the Premier League, particularly if you're going to be having to play in front of defences and that. But outside of that, I think he's good. But here's my problem. I have a condition before we even look at this Darwin Nunez guy. Several things. First of all, how are we doing this and we don't even have an owner situation sorted out? That's my first question, how we can be quote unquote in the running for this guy. My second thing is this will only make sense to me is if Timo leaves and Lukaku leave, because there is no chance I want Broja sacrificed in any way. He deserves his chance.
I agree. That free needs to be, if he were to come in, or any striker were to come in, that new striker, Broja and Havertz as a potential third option. That's it. So yeah, Werner would probably bounce anyway. Lukaku, if the route again without an owner, like where these transfer rumors coming from, you're right. But even Lukaku, there was news on him that apparently PSG are interested. I mean, again, we can't even tell. Yeah. So where's that come from? But if that's legit, mate, rinse them. Yeah, rinse them and try and gather as much money as possible from that club.
I think it was Uncle Jesters put that comment up, or somebody put that comment up about Lukaku to PSG. But have you heard the rumours about what's going on with PSG and Qatar looking to sell the club?
Yeah, I heard that last night.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on there? To me, I asked Roma about this. Big up Rome's. I think he's actually joining in on a live stream as well. And Rome said straight up and down, he was like, bruv, it's either these men are running from charges or they're pissed off at the fact that Mbappe is leaving the club and they can't keep him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of them.
But yeah, to me it smells like the first one.
It more than likely is. But all I want to say is if they're selling the club, Ricketts, you can go and buy PSG.
There you go. Go buy PSG.
If you're on a football club, go and buy PSG.
There's a club there for you. But PSG, man, because recently it's been all mad for them. Like if you follow ES Grimes, if you follow ES Grimes' account, apparently after the PSG Real Madrid game, the president actually went like downstairs and put hands on the referee.
Yeah.
Like, started punching man up and like teammates and that. This brother had enough. He said, "Do you know how much money I've put on this whole thing, blood? Yeah." And news has come out that he was paying Mancini out of no, that's Man City. That's Man City. I'm getting them two mixed up. But that's a whole story for another day because they're gonna have their day in court as well soon. It's smelling. But yeah, this guy just had enough. He was like, fam, I bought Neymar, I bought Messi, I bought all these men, and this is what you're doing to me. Again, after it happened at Barcelona, yeah? Nah, he went to the ref, pow. He went to the players, pow. Brother, listen.
Straight up violence.
Yeah, he had enough. He had enough, fam. He had enough. But
he went on the madness because apparently he kicked off. Then there's the director, obviously, Leonardo. He wants to bounce. Poch, he might get sacked. Players are not happy. They want to bounce. Mbappe going to leave. PSG will be left with nothing but a skeleton.
Yeah, exactly. And then if he leaves, the sponsorship deals get pulled out as well. And and you know how much they inflate their sponsorship fees and all that when it's their own company. So good luck, Emirates, PSG, because you could be in the mud quite soon, fam. But
see, money doesn't buy you happiness.
Nah, it doesn't.
Know how to use it.
Exactly. Big up Archie, Holland, Fen. Crazy how good Tuchel is because your attacks suck. Really, I'm sure whatever team you support, you would love to have Kai Havertz as part of your attack. So, how about that?
Unless if he actually meant just like the strikers we have are under which fair enough. Yeah, Tuchel is actually a magician when it comes to that. But yeah, we've got Kai Havertz.
Yeah, we've just got to hope. Listen, HZ season, we just got to hope that PSG are not being sold. Apparently, they're going to be sold after the World Cup. That's the rumor. But hopefully, they buy Lukaku before then, so he's no longer
after the World Cup. So it is smelly then.
Oh, because the World Cup is in Qatar as well, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. So they're going to try and just take as much as they can from that event, and then leave football. Duck out.
Bruv, yeah, that one's going to be interesting. There's probably going to be an Amazon or Netflix documentary on that, man. There. I'm convinced we're not finished because those guys, how you can go and put hands on match officials and then punch up your own players as well, and to still keep it as suppressed as it was. This is allegedly, by the way, yeah. But to keep it as suppressed as they did, these guys are powerful and serious dudes. Looking forward to that documentary. Netflix, Amazon, whoever get there first, I promise you, it's going to do numbers.
All or nothing, Qatar.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, all or nothing, Qatar. But Younes, how do you feel about this link before Darwin Nunez?
About Nunez?
Yes.
As I've said, if it doesn't impact on Broja's development or Havertz, or if it means that Werner and Lukaku or one of them or both are going to be leaving and he comes in, then fantastic. I mean, right now, again, I'll be lying if I said just like you, if we knew everything about him. But everything right now is looking like he's got a lot of promise. He's banging in goals. His return's unbelievable. He's young. He's Uruguayan, which is always something when you're talking about strikers. Yeah. Now, can he keep it consistent? Hopefully so. But I would actually just keep an eye on him. Obviously, right now we haven't got an owner. We need to get that sorted. We need to get sanctions lifted, so we can try and plan for when that ends up dropping, so we can start making moves immediately. But we need an owner first. So for now, keep an eye on him, see how he's doing at Benfica up until the end of the season, and then we can start moving from there. But it looks good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it does. I'll have something to say about that also as well. Archie, thank you for the super chat again. I'm a Spurs fan. Don't mean it's disrespect. I mean, as individuals per Lukaku. You're definitely not
he's
wrong
spot
there.
on.
He's definitely not wrong there. So big up yourself, Archie.
Archie, could you give us Kane? We'll give you Lukaku and
Yeah,
Werner.
yeah, we'd appreciate that. Yeah, Guni just got a little bit in his feelings there. Don't watch that. Yeah, had my moment. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, going back to that Darwin Nunez thing. Listen, on paper, from what I see in terms of potential, definitely it looks good. In terms of should that be a priority? Absolutely not. In fact, my thing is that the striker department should be at the bottom of our list right now. If we're talking, because for me, in terms of thinking responsibly, I think the most important thing before bringing any player in is getting rid of the shit that we have.
Yes.
Yeah. No, well, I don't say shit to be disrespectful. I know how that must have
you're
sound,
right.
but like
Right.
you get me. Like what needs to be moved on. I think we need to get that out. We have
Big time.
To.
I think it's a case where we can try and merge the two. You know, yeah, we can get rid of Deadwood, and just players that don't really do much at the club anymore. You know, so free up some space. But at the same time, if we're talking priority, like we have a Broya, for example, we've got a Gallagher. We need a DM. We need another fullback or wingback. You know, like those are priorities in terms of making a signings. The first signings are gonna have to be those. But at the same time, we do need to get rid of loads of Deadwood. Yeah.
In order of priority for me, it goes a DM. That's key. Chouameni for me, while he's not signed for Madrid, should be at the tip top of our list. DM. Wing backs on either sides, left wing back, right wing back, cover for either sides. But actually, you see, even with that, I think that they've triggered Aspie's extra year because they're going back for Livramento in 2023.
Could be.
It could still hurt us, but again, the reason why I'd be pissed off at that is because we put ourselves in that situation to begin with. We should have never been sold in the first place. Let's have it right. So I think those two need to be covered as well. And then after that, we got to look at what happens with the Jorginho situation and Kante situation. So depending on what happens there, Lukaku situation, Werner situation, depending on what happens there. But for me, the two positions that need covering before anywhere else, we need that DM and we need those two wing backs or left backs or right backs, whatever it may be on that side of the pitch. We need cover for that because that's what cost us competing for the league this year. Them two injuries have cost us massively. But how much time do you have, Younes? I forgot to ask you before.
Another few minutes, not a problem.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So just real quick before we leave, because quite a few people have joined us since we've started, so I've got to ask them to smash up the like button, subscribe as well if you are new. We're on the road to 10k. Also subscribe to Younes. His details are down there in the description. All of them are clickable links. But yeah, let's just recap real quick for the people. I've seen the question, what are our predictions? Are we feeling nervous before the game? Let's start with the nerves. Me personally, I feel all right. I feel good right now. Obviously, the closer we come to the game, that could change. But as of now, I feel decent. Younes, I've got to return the question.
I feel hyped. I don't feel like nervous. If we were in the tie, I'd be nervous. But because I know we're not in the tie and we just got to try and get 2 goals, we just need to go all guns blazing. I'm not nervous because I know what we have to do. So, yeah, I'm hyped. And I think the players are hyped. And that's what makes me hyped. I think the players are going to be up for it. So I'm up for it.
Nah, same. That's how I feel as well. Obviously,
Yeah.
the fact that we've got nothing to lose as well also makes the nerves a bit more chill. But the fact that I want to be in this competition so badly,
Yeah.
is also a factor. I do feel chill in the back of my mind. I am thinking there could be an upset, but like the sensible part of me is saying it's Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. It's going to be very difficult to do, but
Let's remember, in the same way that Real Madrid's done it against PSG, right? And that was unexpected.
yeah.
Hopefully the tables turn tonight.
Hopefully. We just have to have minerals tonight, man. Big up Johnny, the minerals guy of Chelsea, bruv. If you don't know about Chelsea, Johnny, his agenda for Mason Mount is undefeated, mate. Undefeated. But we love Johnny. Big up Johnny, man, all day long. So predictions again, we've given those. I don't really want to revisit that because that just raises my anxiety on the game. I've had my say on that, so if you just go back and check that. But yeah, for later on, I will definitely be doing a live stream on the channel, Real Madrid versus Chelsea. Whether troops will be jumping on, if anything, it would be in the second half. But again, there's no guarantees. Roma said he wants to jump on, so definitely you should check it out if you want to see a bit more of Roma, my brother. You get me? A lot of the people in the chat say that he looks like Kit from what's that series now? Top Boy. They say he looks like Kit, Jamie's best mate. Yeah. That's my brother still. Yeah, he's definitely going to be joining us. Yo, I ain't going to lie to you, Younes. I don't really pay too much attention to the numbers, but bruv, we almost are at 500 people in this live, and I thought I'd point that out. I've never had these numbers before, so I
People are
appreciate
hyped.
everybody. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's jumping in, man. The support is really appreciated. We are on the road to 10K. Younes, let the people know what you have got coming up today.
So yeah, today is big day. Obviously, there'll be a watch along. There'll be a match review afterwards. And then after that, it's looking forward to we got a cup semi-final. So there's that. But keeping up with all the latest, the news, the ownership situation, anything else that's popping up that's big in football, alongside Chelsea, of course, I'll be covering. So yeah, that's basically it. And hopefully we got a Champions League semi-final to talk about.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. If not, we do have an FA Cup semi-final to discuss, and we have a very, very big game against Arsenal coming up as well, which I'll be looking forward to. Hopefully, we can add to their demise, and I can just have some more weekly meltdowns from Czar and Troops. Oh, I do enjoy those. How I do enjoy those. I did get my sweet revenge yesterday. It was a warning shot though. I didn't overdo it. I didn't want to start acting crazy and shouting. I told you. Yeah, not yet. But please believe. 20th. Yeah, please believe. If this miracle happens, it's going to be off key, bro. I'm going to be going mental in that studio. Troops might all kick me out. Zard just might get upset.
When are you going in?
I'll find out today. I think he leaves for London on Thursday, so most probably tomorrow, if anything. So let's see what he's saying.
Immediate then. That's immediate.
Yeah. Hey, bruv, but even if he's in London, there's no getting away with it because I'll just hold Jet Ski ransom. I hold him hostage. I'll be like, bruv, if you don't record this episode, you're not getting Jet Ski back, fam. Straight up. Big up Jet Ski, my guy, bruv. If I hold you hostage, Jet Ski, don't worry, bruv. There's jollof rice, there's everything here. You'll be fed. You'll be taken care of. It will not be a hostile kidnap, okay? But big up all the people them in the chat all day, every day. Wherever you are, whatever you lot are doing, please make sure you do stay safe. And please make sure you come back for the live stream later on for the watch along, and also follow all the socials down there so you are updated on when things are coming out on the channel. The YouTube notification bell is basically bullshit, so it works when it decides to work. So I ain't gonna lie to you, but big up everybody, and I will see you lot in a bit. Bless.